Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers leak Carly Spencer's Laura Wright love life is a mess, and Port Charles fans are fed up. She's head over heels for WSB chief Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, despite Jason Morgan's, Steve Burton, warnings that he's bad news. Jason's gut has never steered Carly wrong, yet she's brushing him off, acting like a stubborn kid who won't listen. The contrast between Jason's grounded caution and Jack's reckless influence has viewers rolling their eyes. Fans are tired of this tired cycle. Carly ignores Jason's advice, dives into trouble, and waits for him to clean up her messes. Her fling with Jack, pushing her toward irrational stunts like that cringe-worthy scene at Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, and Drew Quartermain's Cameron Matheson new place, is sparking backlash, as fans question how they're supposed to root for a fierce woman who keeps sabotaging herself. Jason has been Carly's compass forever, always spotting danger she misses. He has tried reasoning with her about Jack, laying out why the guy's shady vibes spell trouble. But Carly isn't having it, dismissing Jason's concerns as overreach. Fans are livid. Social media is overwhelmed with rants about how Jason is always right about people, from Sonny Corinthos, Morris Bernard, enemies to Carly's exes. They're sick of watching him play the patient hero, knowing he'll likely have to swoop in when Jack's true colors show. The frustration is real. Why does Carly keep ignoring the one person who has never let her down? Jack's got Carly under his spell, egging her on to make reckless moves that scream bad judgment. It seems that he was all for her barging into Willow and Drew's place, cheering as she recounted the scene she made that backfired spectacularly. That stunt didn't just humiliate Carly. It pushed Willow closer to Drew, whose web of lies grows tighter. Fans are calling Jack a walking red flag, accusing him of thriving on drama, while Carly eats it up. They contrast this with Jason, who would have urged her to think twice, keeping her out of trouble. The fan base is split. Some see Jack as a fun fling, but most slam him for turning Carly into a loose cannon. The Carly-Jason-Jack saga has Port Charles churning and fans raging. Online, they're venting about Carly's refusal to grow, stuck in a loop of defying Jason's practical advice, only to crash and burn. They're exhausted by storylines where she plays the fool, whether it's trusting Jack or blowing up at Willow, and Jason is left to save her. Her fierce reputation feels hollow when she keeps tripping over her own ego, and Jack's influence only makes it worse. As Carly doubles down on this doomed romance, fans wonder, will she ever learn? Or is this just another disaster Jason will have to fix? Keep checking back with us for more GH news and spoilers to see how this plays out. Port Charles is known for its tangled webs of loyalty, betrayal, and emotional landmines. But even by General Hospital standards, this latest twist has viewers downright furious. In a move that has sent shockwaves across fan circles and online forums alike, Carly Spencer has turned a deaf ear to Jason Morgan's warnings and placed her trust in John Jagger Brennan, a decision that could very well lead to her undoing. The fallout from Carly's impulsive gamble is already starting to unravel, and loyal GH fans aren't holding back their frustration. After all, this is Jason we're talking about, the man who has saved Carly from disaster more times than anyone can count. But in true Carly fashion, she's following her gut, even if it leads her straight into a trap. The moment Brennan stepped back into Port Charles, red flags were flying. Viewers immediately recognized that his calm, measured tone masked something darker, an agenda still not fully revealed. While Brennan presents himself as an agent of order, claiming to be the key to dismantling pikemen and cleaning up the mess left in Sonny's wake, longtime GH fans have seen this pattern before. The charming outsider who promises clarity and control usually ends up being the one pulling the strings behind the scenes. And despite Jason's first-hand experience with Brennan's manipulations, Carly appears completely willing to overlook the dangers. Jason, fresh out of the shadows with the weight of FBI secrecy hanging over him, knows Brennan is not to be trusted. He's lived through the fallout of bad alliances and can see right through Brennan's polished pitch. His warnings to Carly aren't just rooted in suspicion. They're laced with urgency, with a kind of clarity that only someone who's been on both sides of the law can offer. But Carly, driven by a fierce desire to protect her family and rebuild her legacy post-Nina scandal, seems too focused on being at the mercy of Sonny's world and the consequences of secrets she didn't create. So when Brennan offers her power, clarity, and the illusion of safety, she grabs it with both hands. This has sparked an uproar from fans who feel Carly is making the kind of mistake she swore she'd never make again. Social media has lit up with comments slamming her for ignoring Jason, with hashtags like "Listen to Jason" and "Carly Wake Up" trending among GH diehards. For viewers who have followed Carly and Jason's unbreakable bond through decades of chaos, betrayal, and redemption, this feels like a betrayal, not just of Jason, but of the very core of their relationship. Jason has always been Carly's rock, her first call when everything falls apart. To see her disregard his insight now, when the stakes are sky high, is a move many fans find completely out of character. But for others, the move speaks volumes about how far Carly has come, or how far she's fallen, depending on your perspective. This is a woman who has clawed her way back from every disaster, who has rebuilt herself time and again. Her desire to lead, to never be powerless again, is driving every decision she makes. And from Carly's point of view, Jason's return came with a bitter pill to swallow. Not only did he vanish, presumed dead, but his reappearance came with secrets and obligations to the FBI that neither of them can fully control. That betrayal still lingers, and while Carly may not admit it out loud, it's possible that part of her refusal to listen to Jason stems from deep, unresolved pain. Trust, once broken, is hard to rebuild, even between the closest of friends. And Brennan knows it. That's what makes his manipulation so effective. He's not just offering Carly power, he's offering her validation. In a world where everyone doubts her, Brennan treats her like a leader. He flatters her intellect, fuels her instincts, and encourages her to take control in ways no one else currently does. Carly, who has always thrived on being underestimated and proving people wrong, finds this intoxicating. But what she doesn't seem to realize, or is deliberately ignoring, is that Brennan's flattery is a weapon. He's not just building her up, he's isolating her, pulling her further from Jason, Drew, and even Sonny, and making her believe she's the only one capable of saving Port Charles from itself. It's a dangerous illusion, and one that could unravel not just Carly's world, but the tenuous peace that currently holds in the wake of Sonny's mental unraveling, Nina's fall from grace, and the growing tensions surrounding Pikeman. Brennan is playing a long game, and Carly may be walking directly into the lion's den. Meanwhile, Jason is doing everything he can to stop the spiral. Though emotionally wounded by Carly's rejection of his advice, he hasn't given up on protecting her, even if it means going behind her back. Fans are already speculating about what his next move will be. Will Jason work with Anna and Jordan to expose Brennan's true intentions? Will he enlist Spinelli to dig into Brennan's past and uncover something Carly can't ignore? Or will he be forced to confront Brennan head-on, risking his already precarious freedom in the process? There's also the growing question of how Sonny will react when he finds out Carly is working with Brennan. Though Sonny and Carly are no longer together romantically, their lives remain deeply entangled. And with Sonny's mental health issues creating an unstable dynamic, this development could trigger a massive blow-up. Sonny has a long memory and a short fuse, especially when it comes to threats to his empire and his family. If he views Carly's alliance with Brennan as a betrayal, or worse, as a power grab, it could reignite a long-dormant war between them. And if Sonny and Jason are forced to pick sides, the entire landscape of Port Charles could shift once again. Complicating matters further is Drew, who has tried to stay neutral, but is rapidly losing patience with Carly's independent streak. He wants to trust her judgment, but is beginning to feel increasingly shut out. And while Drew has his own baggage, including a growing thirst for control after his prison ordeal, he still sees Brennan for what he is, a manipulator with a badge. If Carly continues to push Drew away in favor of Brennan's promises, she risks not just one relationship but two. And with Michael already walking a fine line between supporting his mother and staying loyal to Jason, the ripple effects could fracture the Corinthos family, always ready with a sly remark and sharp observation. Ava has seen enough in her time to know when someone is being played, and her recent interactions with Carly have hinted at her growing skepticism. While the two women have a fraught and often venomous history, Ava has surprisingly been one of the few voices of reason lately, especially as Nina spirals. If Ava turns her attention to Brennan and starts digging, Carly may find herself outmaneuvered from an unexpected corner. All of this is playing out against a backdrop of rising tensions in Port Charles. The pikeman threat is far from over, the FBI has secrets of its own, and Anna's investigations are starting to unearth connections no one saw coming. If Brennan is part of a larger operation, possibly even double-crossing his own agency, then Carly may be aiding a man with far more sinister intentions than anyone realizes. And by the time she does, the damage may already be done. The irony is heavy. Carly has spent years battling against people who underestimated her, who tried to silence her, control her, or write her off. She's proven them wrong every time. But now, just when she should be leaning on the people who know her best, Jason, Drew, even Michael, she's choosing to believe in the polished stranger with hidden motives. And in Port Charles, trust misplaced is almost always trust betrayed. Whether Carly realizes her mistake before it's too late remains to be seen. Jason's patience has limits. Drew's frustration is bubbling. And Brennan, he's playing the long game, with Carly right where he wants her. One thing's for sure, this story is far from over, and fans will be watching closely as the cracks in Carly's plan begin to show. The woman who once ran the Metro Court with grace and grit may be losing her grip on what matters most. And if she doesn't listen to the one person who's always had her back, the cost could be more than her reputation. It could be her entire world. Stay tuned. Port Charles never sleeps, and neither does danger. The game is on, and Carly's next move could either save her or destroy everything. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.